Hi everyone, and welcome to a fluid practice called Mandala Flow. In this practice, we'll be turning around every direction of your yoga mat to create complete circles with our practice and our bodies. And of course, mandala, translated from Sanskrit into English, means circle. And the circle is said to represent the universe, but also a unified whole, the microcosm within the macrocosm. And it's gorgeous when we look at nature and throughout this course, the moon patterns, right? The moon is a circle, the sun is a circle, and for now, as we still know it, the earth is probably a circle. I don't mean to offend if you're a flat earther, my apologies. So there are many circles within nature. And why I've sort of got flowers around the mat and sprinklings of calendula petals is this reminds me the impermanence of devotion and the impermanence of creating beauty. So create beauty just for beauty's sake, not trying to get something back or receive something from it, even recognition. And so if we look at Tibet, Tibetan monks would need to train for 3 years full-time in the creation and patterning of mandalas and the particular blending and complementing of colors before they were even allowed to create a mandala outside. And then, if they were to create a mandala outside, it was created with colored sand. And so one wind would come along and just blow away this creation that they spent multiple hours investing in. And so it reminded me of here in Bali, how every morning the women gather and they make canangs, the leaf and flower offerings. And these offerings go out 2 or 3 times a day, and they go to the lower gods, they go to the humans, and then they go to the upper gods, the deities and the devas. And this whole act is just to give thanks and recognition. It's really not about asking for anything. So I share all that at the start of the practice because I feel it's a beautiful sentiment to practice for practice sake, and to practice and feel and create a body that's more hydrated and fluid for beauty's sake. And then if anything, you leave your mat or you leave your house later today and you just share that beauty naturally with no intent or agenda to receive back in the same way. So with all of that being said, allow your eyes to close down and rest your hands palms down somewhere on your thighs so you can feel this amazing vehicle that will take you on a journey. Notice if your buttocks are relaxed. And what would it feel like to lean the weight of your torso back? And then within more space of your front body, take a deep breath in. And let out an open mouth. Again, receive your breath, filling the front, but also the back. And a generous open mouth release. Now inhale and consider your left expanding and your right expanding. And as you exhale, allow your edges to travel back towards the center, your own midline. As you continue to breathe, slide your hands up your legs and just bring your fingertips to feel your own navel center. So every mandala will have a dot in the middle, its place of orientation, its place of home. And here in your body, it's the belly button, the place where an umbilical cord once was, and it's the physical centering of your body. So just remembering this beautiful place as we twirl around the yoga mat today. With your fingers still on your belly button, let's open with one ah, o, deep inhale. And then I'll join you on your hands and your knees in the middle of your yoga mat. And just having a moment to almost be cat-like with your hands and paw your mat, warming into your knuckle joints and warming into your finger pads. And from this patting, adjusting your knees so that they feel balanced underneath your hips, and tucking your toes under so that your feet get more of an awakening. When you're ready, please join me and inhale, lift up your tailbone and your chin just slightly. Exhale first, curl your tailbone under. Draw your belly button up to kiss your spine. And then inhale first, tailbone leads your movement. Draw your chin inward and upward. Exhale first, curl your tailbone. Draw your tummy up and lift the back of your heart. Good. Take a few more in this simple rhythm of up and down. And from up and down, we could think of like north and south on the mandala, the two opposing directions. Now let's take it from east to west. So moving your side body and swaying your hips in the opposite direction. And how gorgeous that a mandala is divided into 4 parts. It can be. The 4 directions. And to me, this translates into an inclusivity of our differing personalities and differing phases of life, right? The spring, the summer, the winter, and the autumn. Now from here, move full skipping ropes through your spine. So we're taking all aspects and merging them into one fluid movement. And then the moment you're used to your movement, please change the direction. Feeling much more juicy now. Come back to a still point, a center point. Feel again your navel lift upward toward your spine. And then the first downward dog, perhaps hands slightly further forward. Toes are already tucked as you lift your hips up toward the sky. Definitely paddle through your legs. Just get them warm and delicious for the practice. And then once you paddled your legs, just having a moment to land in physical stillness. As you inhale, lift both of your heels up high. Exhale, lower both of your heels to the left-hand side. And then from here, bend into your knee joints, sway your hips to the left, and breathe into your right ribs, right lung area. Good, and then inhale, hips up through high ground, and exhale, lower your heels to the other side. Bend into your knees, allow your left ribs to flare open, and apply your breath. From here, heels through high ground. As you exhale, anchor them deep to the floor, and walk your hands, please, all the way back to your feet. As you arrive, inhale, lift your chest to the halfway. Exhale, bow and fold over your legs. Again, inhale, lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold into Uttanasana.
One more time, breath in, draw your belly in, and then exhale, melt on that support. Catch your elbows with opposite hands and allow the freedom to swing and to sway. This warming of your back body. Rest your hands towards the floor. Softness in your knee joints. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, so slowly roll up through your spinal column. In the moment your head lifts, draw your shoulders high to your ears. And as you exhale, roll them back and down, turning your palms forward and closing your eyes. The back of your mat, the south, blink your eyes open. And then walking forward here to the north as you set your feet a hip width apart. Eyes are open and we'll start to move. Inhale, extend your arms wide like a big circle and up to the sky. Exhale, dive forward, take up room. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. And exhale, step your left foot back into a big, long lunge. As you inhale, lengthen your front leg as much as you can and soften your skull down. Exhale, lunge and draw your chest and vision forward. Breath in, curl, and even bring your eyes to your belly button. And then exhale to lunge. Good. One more warming pulsation. And then from here, please pivot to the left of your yoga mat, deep skandasana. Bend your left leg all the way. Let your right toes flare off the mat, and then point and flex a few times. This is a deep pose to get into early in a sequence, but when you're resting your body weight on your arms and your hands, it takes a lot of pressure out of your joints. And as you can see, this is not muscular. What we're doing is warming up the interior, your inner groins, your inner thighs. Good. So keep your hips as low as possible and stalk the front of your yoga mat. Lower your back knee down on the floor and reach your arms to the sky. So keeping it nice and simple. Push your front foot down into the earth. Feel the lifting upward of your pubic bone, the drawing up of your interior, and then eyes gaze forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale wide with your elbows and bring your hands down to the floor. Now look forward. Inhale, step forward and lift your chest. Exhale, bow and fold over your legs. Inhale wide with your arms, lift to standing. Exhale, track a prayer, let it land at your heart and have a moment. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Eyes open and paint your circle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale your right foot back, long lunge shape. Breath in, curl, let your back round. Breath out to lunge and lengthen your tummy. 2 more. And now this time, inhale, lengthen into your front leg, pivot to your right. Turn your right toes out on a 45 as you bend your right leg. Now it's time to point and flex through your left foot. And have a think as you're doing this, what meridians are you stimulating right now in your inner leg area? Good, and then keep your hips low, crawl to the front of your yoga mat. Lower your back knee down and lift your arms up to the sky. So this is known as Anjaneyasana, or the crescent moon, the lunar version of crescent lunge. So here as you're lifting your pelvis, really create that opening through your front right hip joint. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands down to the floor. As you inhale, step forward and lift your chest. Exhale, bow and fold over your legs. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands to prayer. Close your eyes. Have a moment to feel the outlining of the mandala, the stencil, as we begin to color in. So eyes open, big breath. Keep going wide. And dive. Halfway. Left foot back, long lunge shape. One pulse, head to knee. Find your lunge as you breathe out. Pivot all the way over to the left. Deep Skandasana. Still use your hands, it's early days. Pivot through center. Skandasana on the other side. You can use your breath. Inhale through center, turn, face the back of your yoga mat. Lower your back knee down, and inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Good. We're going to keep warming your hips. Grab the sky, take a breath in. And exhale, pull your elbows back and lift your pubic bone up. So inhale. Exhale. Last time, arms up. Baby back bend if you wish. And exhale, hands go down to the floor. Lift up your back knee. Inhale, one-legged dog. Roll open your hip, bend through your knee joint, and just yawn. How good does that feel? Good. As you return your foot down to the floor, inhale, come forward, high plank. Of course, knees on your mat if you need more support. Take a deep breath, open up your collarbones, and exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Point your toes, inhale, little baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale, push up through bent knees. Tuck toes, exhale, child's pose. Inhale, wave forward like a cat. And exhale, press back to downward dog. Drink a long breath in. Open mouthed. As you inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, curl and step forward, low lunge. So notice it's the same leg. Curl in and find your lunge. Good. Now turn to your left, deep Skandasana, left leg bent. Go with your breath. Pivot to the back, land as you exhale. Inhale, pivot through center, lower your back knee down. And then inhale, reach your two arms up to the sky. Now this time, grab the sky with your hands. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your elbows wide and down. Okay. Inhale, tummy to spine. Round your back. Arms up. Grab the sky and exhale. Chest forward and pull. Okay, keep going. Last one for back bend. Inhale, arms up, heart up, lean back. Exhale, mindfully return your hands down to the floor. Inhale, step forward and lift your chest. Exhale, bow and melt over your legs. Take up space as you inhale wide and high. A prayer to your heart as you close down your eyes. If you're starting to feel a little twirly and swirly, just fold your palms on your belly, press in a little bit, and remember your physical center. Give this gorgeous, bright sun of yours a deep breath, right, your inner circle. Good, and then blink your eyes open and we'll explore the other side. So inhale, arms wide. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right foot back, big lunge. Curling in. Find your lunge. Now we're going to change slightly. As you inhale, pivot to the back of the mat. This is higher Skandasana. So keep the outer edge of your left foot flat on the floor. Pivot through center and repeat on the other side. So you notice this becomes more muscular now. Pivot through center, turn and face the back of your mat. Lower your back knee down to the floor and inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Again, grab the sky and pull your elbows wide. Arms forward as you breathe in and pull. Good. Last one, little baby back bend. And then return your hands down to the floor. To the one-legged dog, right leg up. Roll open and bend into your knee joint. Just enjoy it. Return, please, your foot down to the floor. And inhale, wave forward to a plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower forward and down. One more time. You can go higher with your cobra if you like. Come onto the finger pads. And inhale, lift your chest as high as feels comfortable. Exhale to wave down. Push through bent knees, breath in. A child's pose moment, breath out. Wave forward to the DFD on your exhalation. One big breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step forward, lunge. One pulse to curl. One exhale to lunge. Good. To your right now, pivot. Medium Skandasana. If you want to add more, reach your arms right to left. Lift your tummy up. Pivot through center and second side. Good. Now without your hands, pivot through center. Turn, face the front of your mat. Lower your back knee down and lift your arms up. We'll go back to the first one. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, pull your elbows back. Breath in. Breath out. Good. One more pulse. Optional baby back bend. Return your hands to the floor. Step forward, lift up your heart. Exhale, take a bow. Inhale wide and high with your arms. Exhale, track your prayer down. Go all the way through your heart. Land your hands on your tummy and close your eyes. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And release your hands down and open your eyes. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Start to pour all of your weight down into your right foot and slowly draw your left knee up like a stork. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, step back, crescent lunge legs, your wings to the wall behind you. Inhale, lift your arms up high to the sky and just give it a moment to acclimatize and establish your balance. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw your elbows back, lift through your pelvic bone. Again. Last time. Good, now from here, arms up, but also hips up. Turn to face the left of your mat. Toes out, heels in, and as you exhale, bend into your knees, palms prayer at your heart. Good. To help you warm more, bring your hands onto your thighs, thumbs inside, fingers outside. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, right shoulder down, turn and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Offer yourself another one on each side. So you come back through center, really lengthening your tailbone down, lifting up your front side, returning your palms to prayer and doing your best to love this moment. So we're right in the middle, like the inner circle of the mandala. And you can imagine that heat or warmth, that slight vibration of your legs coloring in the center. So what color would you choose? Good, and then lift your hips up, turn your torso to face the back of your yoga mat and come into crescent lunge legs. Once you've found your legs, inhale, arms up, elbows back and repeat. If you wish a little back bend, return your hands down on the floor. One-legged dog, hip yawn. And if you want to go further, you can make a little circle with your thigh and the hip joint. Good, and then return your foot down to the floor in downward dog. Inhale, wave forward to plank. If you wish, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, big upward dog or just cobra. And exhale back to a downward facing dog pose. A long inhale. And smooth like velvet exhale. Lift please your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, curl and step. Low lunge. One pulse of head to knee. Find your lunge as you breathe out. Press into the earth, lift your arms to the sky, and have a moment here in Anjaneyasana. Grab the sky, take a breath, pull it down to your chest. Arms up. Good, one more. Now this time, arms up and hips up. Turn please to the left. Toes out, heels in as you come and sit into a temple squat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left shoulder down. Turn and look over your right. Through center and left. Repeat one more on each side. And really what we're doing is cleaning, warming, and stretching your container, which is holding your essence. So come now and hold your temple pose. If we look at the word mandala from a more Tibetan perspective, manda and la mean container and essence. So how gorgeous. Right now you're strengthening your container to hold the potency of your essence. Inhale, blast up, straight legs. Pick up your toes, turn face the front of your mat, and crescent lunge. You'll notice that your left leg is forward. Arms up as you breathe in, elbows back as you good, last one. Arms up, hands down. One-legged dog. Roll open, bend your knee, and as you wish, stillness or big circles, moisturizing your hips. And return your circles 2 feet down onto the floor, high plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. From here, you can look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, and exhale, blast up to standing. So hands as you wish. I'm laughing because the marigolds are coloring my yoga mat now. So this mandala is turmeric. Have a moment for you. And this is our last active flow of this practice. So blink your eyes open. Chair Utkatasana. Pour down into your left foot, really firing up this leg muscle, and slowly draw your right knee up like a stork. Have a full breath in. Exhale, airplane it back. Bend your front knee, crescent lunge your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Again, elbows back. Keep switching the arms, but doing it on purpose. Trying to even this opening now into the front of your right hip joint. So here we go. It's going to change. Arms up, lift your hips. Turn and face the right. This time, parallel your feet. And as you exhale, dive all the way down your front side. Now, if you're a tripod headstander and you can do that safely, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, you can come up to your fingertips with me, lift through your chest, set your left fingers like a claw underneath your face, and peel your right arm up to the sky. If your wrist needs some love, circle your right wrist joints a few times. Good, and then return your hand down to the floor, have a breath, and exhale, left arm up. You might notice that your right hip wants to drop to allow the twist to go further. It's not wrong, it's actually a natural movement pattern. Just bring some more weight into your right foot. So it's more of a sensation of your right hip drawing to the right wall. Have a last breath here. And then exhale, bow and fold between your two legs. Lift up your chest to the halfway. Walk your hands now to the back of your yoga mat. Set up your feet, crescent lunge, and slowly lift your arms high to the sky. Grab the sky into your own hands. Take a breath and pull the top of your mandala down towards your chest. Inhale, forward and up. Pull top down into the middle. One more. Return your hands down to the floor. One-legged dog, rolling open and yawning. Foot goes down in the downward dog. Inhale, wave forward. If you want to try something different, keep your arms straight and just lower your hips to hover. Big breath, proud chest. And then exhale, take it back to downward dog. A big breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, step through, low lunge. A pulse, third eye to your kneecap. Find your lunge as you breathe out. Push into the earth to lift your arms up to the sky. And for the last time, exhale, elbows back. Arms up, hips up, pivot to your right, feet wide and parallel, dive down your front line. Now this time as you come down, you can invert again into any headstand of choice, or just to open more through your chest, you can interlace your fingers behind you, guide your arms over your head, and even shimmy your hips side to side. And then returning slowly your hands to the floor. Lift your chest about halfway. Pivot to the front of your yoga mat. And now from here, as you press down into your right foot, arms up, gazing forward, have a breath. Whew. And exhale, hands go down. Nice to drain the blood out of your head for a moment. Feet back, please, to the downward facing dog. Take one big breath in, a long breath out. Look forward, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat, halfway. Bow in. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, blast up to standing. Hands on your belly. Close your eyes and yum. Have a moment to contemplate. And as a gesture from all this turning and swirling on your mat, just stepping to the center of your yoga mat, twisted, and together we'll stand in a tree pose, Vriksasana. So lean into your left foot and take your right foot sole up. Hands on your hips, action your buttocks, right? Your bum cheeks are external rotators, so it'll help the front of your right hip remain warm and open. Now for here, it's your own personal expression of mandala. What would you like your arms, hands, torso to do? So you choose, and then steady your eyes and floss this with your breath. Good. Last deep inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer, foot to the floor, and just quietly shifting into your second side. Do you need to repeat what you did on the other side? Choice is yours. And then wherever you are, giving a last deep breath, finding your 2 feet on the floor and your hands settling where you feel your centers are. Close your eyes. Last time standing. And turn and face the front of your yoga mat again. Bend your knees, inhale chair for the very last time. Exhale, lower your hands down. Halfway lift. Exhale, step back please to a downward facing dog shape. Drink a long inhale breath. Open up your mouth as we gear shift. And then lower your 2 knees down to the floor slowly, slowly. Keep your toes tucked under and lift your chest for camel, Ustrasana. Now, a lot of the poses that we did were asymmetrical, one leg forward, one leg back. So now your 2 legs are on the same plane, hands are on your lower back. Lift through your pubic bone and your heart and begin to curl up, over, and back. If it feels natural to hold your heels, please do. It's more about the center of your chest lifting up to the sky than it is about your hips pressing forward. Give it a last generous breath. And then hands on your lower back, forward, up, and out. Untuck your toes and have a moment just kneeling in the middle of your mat. Breathing and contemplating the quality of your breath and the coloring of this beautiful picture. Your hips and your shoulders are incredibly warm right now. So if you do have wheel in your practice and you'd like to drop back into wheel, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, come and stand back up for camel. Camels, you guys do your own thing. If you are dropping back with me, toes are tucked. You're going to lift through your pubic bone, your heart, arms up and over your head. Exhale, look to the floor behind you. Knees lift, legs straighten, adjust your hands, flatten your feet. And then ideally 8 to 10 breaths. Camels, you guys come out the same way, forward and up, sitting and resting in a kneeling position. Wheels, have a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows, chin to your throat as you slowly lower down all the way. Good. So the wheels are now resting, spine down. Touch your knees together so that your lower back can relax. Have a few breaths. And post camel kneeling, you guys come and join us. Come lay down, legs bent. Let's unite with a deep inhale. Open mouth. And then lift, please, your feet off the floor. Take your knees into your hands and make some sweet little circles, massaging into your back. Change direction. We're just going to slow everything down, descending our picture to a more still point. So left foot please down on the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Thread your right hand between the gap of the legs, and you can grab either your left hamstrings or your left shin. Feel free to close your eyes. Gently guide your left knee toward your left armpit. And counter that by pressing your right thigh away from you. Have a last long exhale. Release your hands, left foot on the floor, and then slide your right leg all the way over your left leg, almost like an eagle. Shift your hips slightly over to the right, lift your feet off the floor, and then lower your legs all the way over to the left-hand side. As you adjust through your ribs, you might wish to turn your head more to the right. And we'll be in this twisting roots posture for about 5 breaths. A little bit of belly in energy. Draw your legs back to center. Uncross. Even out your pelvis. Left ankle crossing over your right thigh. Thread your hand between the gap and choose your grip. And foot down to the floor, closing the gap. Hips left. As you take now your second twist. Belly in, bringing your legs to center, uncrossing, adjusting your hips. Happy baby, or blissful really. Ananda is bliss, balasana, baby. taking the seat of a blissful baby. So sweet. And then from here, I'm taking out the forward fold aspect to close practice. So I'd like for you to end your practice with one last asana of choice. From here, you could go up into shoulder stand and over into plow as a spinal release. You can also do something called hanging bat, catching your ankles and lifting your head. If you would like to rock and roll and do Janushasana, you're more than welcome. And those of you maybe on a moon cycle, you can just lift your feet up to the sky, bring a block underneath your bum, and rest that way, where your legs can just recharge from all the pulsing flows of the mandala. Whatever choice you make, feel it in your body and ask if you need a counter pose, meaning another movement after that would better help you rest in Shavasana. If you do, you can move into that counter pose now. Still want to practice, that's a-okay, but if you're with me, especially if you've just got your legs up, bend your legs at your knees, take a big long breath in, let out a and then slowly stretching out your limbs, coming into a Shavasana that feels yummy, restful, and restorative. You might like to take up space and spread your limbs wide across the floor. It's worth having another big breath as you allow yourself to settle into the pool of gravity, resting your body on this big circle of our Mother Earth. So you witness the sensations of your body beginning to settle. You're so welcome just to stay resting in Shavasana for longer. Or you can take whatever movement feels natural and curl over to your preferred side. You may wish to join me sitting cross-legged for a moment, and I'd highly recommend palms facing down on your lap, at least for a few breaths to settle. These words come from a woman called Bonnie Bell, who in her experience of cancer and healing with cancer, she found mandalas and began to paint and create them artistically. And in her words, make no mistake that beauty is a strong medicine. Like love, its emotional component Beauty is a force of positive change. Our hearts and bodies are awakened within its presence. Even when nothing else can penetrate our suffering, we can still be moved by beauty's touch. It arouses us in ways that both benefit the body and the emotions. It turns on a cascade of chemical support to the cells. In its embrace, we can walk past limits that otherwise may have seemed too daunting. So when I say that taking in the beauty through my own senses helped me move forward on the healing journey, I mean that most literally. So taking in a deep breath. And drawing your palms together as an offering at your heart, Anjali, to the mandala of your body, of your practice, but really the mandala of your life, weaving together the north and the south, the east and the west, and the light and the dark, all parts as one. Let's close out with one Om. Namaste. I'll see you so soon and hope you enjoyed the practice.